Hey everybody, so today I'm going to discuss the advice from Dave Ramsey I did follow. And for a credit card YouTuber like me, following Dave Ramsey at all may seem kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I followed him for a little bit, and I followed his steps to get out of debt. Mine would have been student loans, and according to Robert Kiyosaki and Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's what you call a liability, which is money that comes out of your pocket. So, student loans for me, I had like $40,000 when I first got out of school, and that balance was higher than what I was making a year at the time. So that was bad news in a way that I owed more there than what I was making in a calendar year. So after I doing a little research, I came across this thing called the Debt Snowball Plan. So for those of you that have clicked on any of Dave Ramsey's videos, you probably already know what this is. But for those of you that don't, it's basically where you list all of your debts from the smallest to the largest. You pay off the smallest balance first. You pay the largest balance off last, regardless of the interest rate. So while it usually makes sense to pay off the higher interest rate first, in this regard, I followed this plan because I wanted to build the motivation, which is his argument that you need to build motivation to continue, throwing punches at your debt. And then by the time you get to the end, you're really feeling good and you just have the motivation to just make it to the finish line. So for me, I had 4 student loan payments, and when I listed mine smallest to largest, I first wiped one out for like $2,000. That one actually wasn't hard to do because the interest was low. Everything I threw at it was all principal. So after I took care of that, I took that payment of like $50 a month I threw it to the next one. And then I continued paying that. And then when that one was finished, I added both those payments together and I threw it at the third one. And I just, really started piling up that snowball, where it just piles up. You build a snowball and it just gets bigger and bigger, and then you push it like that. So, yeah, I was paying that off, and those loans were through a company called American Education Services. So after they were finally taken care of, I had to pay off like $17,000. What was the balance on that? Oh, that one was 27, excuse me, because, it's been a while since I've paid them, so I forgot what the balance was for a second, but that original balance was $27,000, so after those other 3 were paid off, they totaled like 13. I was really throwing a lot of money towards that one for $27,000, and of course, according to Dave, he says that you should cut back on like all your fun and eat rice and beans, and and just continue attacking that debt. So that way, you can give them an eviction notice and they're out of your life. And I do agree that you got to make sacrifices and cuts to get it done. But the thing I don't agree with him on is eating rice and beans and rice. The issue with that is you're not going to give your body good nutrients to process, and you could pay the price for that. So, and everyone's had rice and beans at like Chipotle and stuff. So yes, we all eat it, but you don't want to like eat it every day while you're spending years paying back your debt. So, and doing that really kind of changed the financial outcome of my life in a good way, because I didn't have that liability, and I was able to focus more on getting a rainy day fund in case of an unexpected emergency like a car repair. And obviously if something ever happened at work where I lost my job, I wouldn't be obligated to pay back all these horrendous debts. So, and I was laid off before COVID from a job, so 4 years later, I, appreciate not having that loan to pay back when I was in the unemployment line at the time. So, the thing about Dave, though, is the guy hates credit cards. He can't stand, credit cards for any reason. So if you swipe it and you buy pizza, it's a bad thing for him. So, I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. Because he tells you to go ahead and use a debit card, which is also plastic, but you can't use a credit card, which basically it's the same thing. You swipe it and you purchase something. So I do think that Dave's advice for getting out of debt is really good. It's helped me out a lot. But as far as his investment advice goes, I don't like it. And I'm not going to, bash the guy in this video. He's done very well. He's helped a ton of people, change their life for the good by, getting rid of, horrible liabilities. But, I think everyone out there has their pros and cons. So you just have to, look at it and just ask yourself what works best for you. So Dave's Debt Snowball Plan did work for me to get out of student loan debt. And, of course, today's student loans are such a huge problem. I know people that have six-figure balances, and it's just horrible that someone, a young person starting out in life would have to have all that because they just give out student loans to anybody for any reason. They don't care if you're gonna make a lot of money or make no money. There's oh, here you go, here's the loan. But when you apply for a home mortgage, you have to turn in your tax returns and your stock portfolio, bank statements, and all that stuff. So it's night and day difference between those two things. But this credit card YouTuber did the Dave Ramsey Debt Snowball Plan. It was a pain. It took me 4.5 years. But when I got to the finish line, I was a happy dude. I went out and celebrated. It was actually right around my birthday, and I made my final payment, so that was quite a celebration. I know some of my friends were kind of jealous when I paid my loans back, but they were also happy for me, and they were, questioning, me, sacrificing at the time, but they were just man, I'm just jealous. Congratulations, though. So anyway, have any of you done the Dave Ramsey Debt Snowball Plan before, or any of the other steps? If you have, let me know in the comments and what your experience was. If you liked it, disliked it, or if it was just a pain, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. But one thing I did was, cook meals at home, so that way I, had good nutrition. And then, of course, I cut back on running heat. And in the winter in the Northeast, that can be kind of brutal. But I did it. That helped me get through it. But so if you did Dave Ramsey, and you liked his plan, hate his plan, whatever your opinion was, just drop below and let me know. And if you agree with what his stance is on using credit cards, let me know below. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Again, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and you got some sweet deals for Black Friday. Take care, and I'll see you next time.